Hi there guys, and welcome to another Train Sim 2017 video. You join me on the Great Eastern Main Line and we're in a fugly. If you don't know what fugly stands for, I'm not going to tell you, but of course it is a Class 70. I don't get to drive this thing very often, but I do kind of quite like it. Strange, but true. Let's get some lights on. I haven't driven it in ages, if I'm honest with you. I quite liked it when it first came out. So we've got to set our own route out of here. This is a just train scenario. It's called Fugly Freight. We're taking up to Parkeston. Right, that's us. I've learnt with doing these scenarios is that if you manually change the points, even though it's set to where it's going to be, if it tells you to change them, just fiddle with them and change them, because you'll be waiting forever for the road and the signal doesn't quite know you're there until you're right in front of it. So I might pull right up to the signal, to be fair. Forwards part, and then I've got to wait for these to clear. The reason I chose this 70 is because I saw one of these just before Woodbridge the other day. Oh, pretty sure I can hear a sprinter of some kind. There we go. 153. We'll let that. That'll probably be heading into platform 4 anyway. Yeah. We'll watch it go in. Oh no, but it won't be. This is actually where I was sitting the other day. If you're on the Alan Thompson page, it's in the photograph I took saying it was roasting, was actually this view here. It was incredibly sunny. So I'm guessing this is standing in for a 156. There was a 153 that pulled in here into this platform and went back out that way. I can't remember where it was going. Braintree, according to that one. It's possible. So yeah, Ipswich Station. I quite like Ipswich Station, to be honest with you. You can go in here now, and there's like a sort of. It's not like this anymore. It's got glass front. You've got like a Smiths and stuff in there, and a Greggs. Actually, now all you from up north will be like, well, there's a Greggs everywhere. Down south, there isn't Greggs everywhere. Slowly getting more Greggs. But the Greggs tandoori chicken, no, not tandoori chicken, wasn't it? Was a chicken tikka baguette is pretty banging. Oh, this has also got the DP Simulations labelling packs. It's got all the correct branding on the side of the containers. Oh, we've got a road. Pucker. We were in forward, weren't we? Now again, if DTG made all their trains to this calibre, it would be pretty nice. They did a good job with this. I don't know if the physics are bang on it. It always seems pretty rapid to me. I mean, it's a powerful train. And the cab, bar it being very American, it's not as American as it could be. What have we got down here? There's going to be like the heating stuff and no lights. We've got a desk light. Look at that, look. That's posh, I didn't even know I had that. Does it not have instrument lights? Not that it has instruments that would need instrument lights, I suppose. I always find it a bit weird relying solely on screens. I think that comes from doing a lot of flight sim and some real life flying, is that an analog gauge is sort of there as a backup, because it don't seem to do it on trains. What is that? I've just had a bit of a coughing fit after laughing at that horn. Had to turn the mic off. Okay, that's awful. That's god awful. Who seriously put that anyway? That sounds right. There's me saying if all DTG stuff could be like this. How I've eaten my words. Still do quite like it though. As American as it all is. It's like all your starts and stops on the back wall. Engine control, so you've got run, isolate and start, just like you have on like Train Sim World. It's very American. I was actually really pleased with the 68 and the 88 coming from Germany. Was it Germany they came from? Yeah, I think it was Germany. Voslo, innit? Just purely because the 66, anything from the 59 to the 59, 66 and 70 and 67 are all very Americanized. But I suppose if you want something off the shelf, the Americans do tend to have most of the world covered with that. Like we used to with Brush and North British and everything like that, building locos that were ended up in Zimbabwe and Australia, exotic parts of the old Commonwealth. America kind of has that now. They do the South Americas, they do all over the world, Australia, India. They have that all covered. Quality. But somebody's got the horn out of a metro. This is sort of what I mean about American stuff. One of the things that slightly annoys me. So, you've got these big computerised systems here, right? Nice push-button switches. Even the AC stuff isn't that bad. And then it looks like you've taken the wiper controls out of a 1970s Triumph. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird. Why stick them all up there? Does the wipers need to take up that much room? Could the wipers not have been put there? Or above where the GSMR, well, that's where GSMR will be now. Oh no, it isn't there, GSMR. Yeah, okay, fair enough, not there. Here? Even there. Just a bit odd than there, isn't it? What is my maximum speed with these bad boys? Is it 75? It's 75. I'm going to have 75 as my max. I think this thing's maximum speed is 75 anyway. Find the right point to hold it at. Yeah, happy with that. $75 dead on. I'm embarrassed to use that horn. Actually embarrassed. It still amazes me how long container trains are. I mean, this is quite short actually. Been at Ipswich the other day. Some of them just go on for ever. And I mean, that's nothing compared to the American ones. I mean, some of those are literally miles long. And it was good to see that all... I mean, I saw a 66 from basically DB Schenker, GBRF, Freightliner. I mean, that's three of the big operators that are all still operating container trains. It's not one company's just got it anymore. Was that just a speed restriction? Permanent magnet. Ah, no. I was about to say I don't know how the brakes are. Amazing by the looks of it. Trying to work out what these brakes are doing, I'm guessing. And it's that's not what I wanted. Didn't want to go that far, I just want to see how far it would go. See if those brakes will come off in time for me to be able to get some power back on for that stopping fully. 4.9, come on. Let's nail it with some power. That's what you get when you're messing about with brakes. Yeah, the fins are a little weird. This thing is like a rocket ship. So this is going to take us up towards Harwich. Is that right? Yeah. No. Yes. It's a triangle, you see. So the Mayflower line is this bit here. Just this bit here. This will be Felixstowe up here. That'll be Harwich there. Quite like that. You can sort of see out the back corner. I think this will also be my first Class 70 video. So, Class 70s. So we started getting these... When did we start getting these? Let's do a bit of power on. A few years ago is what I'd like to say, but I'll try and give you a definite date in just a second. 2008 they started being built. I don't think we got one until about 2009, 2010. No, did we really? Have they been around that long already? Probably. I stopped counting years when I had kids, and that sounds daft. So from 2009 onwards, to me it's about 2012. Not 2017, not far off 2018. So the Cocoa wheel arrangement, they have a fuel capacity of 6,000 litres. The engine is a General Electric Powerhall P61-6. So it'll be a P616. Sorry for going silent there. The timing of that text message I just received was uncanny. So when I've finished this video, I'm getting in the car and we're going to look at a new buggy. My eldest daughter is 2. She can walk perfectly fine, but of course she gets tired when we're walking any sort of distance. The buggy we've got I've hated since we've had it, and I said, can we have something better? So my wife's found an eye candy. I always wanted to Phil and Ted's, and this is going to bore some of you to death, I know, but just it fits in with this text. And that's why I went silent. So she's just texted me, and she said, eye candy, it's all a bit posh. Might need a new baby to go in it. You see the sort of thing she sits thinking about while I'm in here in this shed doing this? I might have to stop, guys, seriously. If she thinks that's what's going to happen. I'm going to go and have the snip and spend my days off in pain and making videos for you guys. Can't believe the cheek of her. It all happened because we used to have a fill intensive. For those who don't know what one of those is, it's got 3 wheels. It's got like bike wheels on it, 3 bike wheels on it. So it goes over anything, did everything. I could sit in it and it would be fine. We ended up with this crappy umbrella thing, and we were at Wells next to sea last bank holiday, I think it was actually, and trying to get that across the sand was an absolute choke. So I put my foot down and said we need a new one. Now I'm getting told there's got to be a baby to go in it. No way. Sorry for sharing that all with you. Where were we? Where were we? I'm choosing to ignore the message. So yeah, we have P616. Traction motors, it has 5GEB30 axle hung traction motors. I don't know what route availability is actually for... Is it on here? No. It's not. So power output wise, after driving this on here, I thought this was going to be like super duper powerful. It's 3,690, so it's got some power. It's only operated by Freightliner and Colas. I haven't got the Colas repaint actually, I should get that. So yeah, this is something I actually knew that I wasn't going to talk about till a bit later on, but we're running out of time, so we'll get to it quite quickly. So if you look at how the 58 is, so it's a hood unit in theory, and that basically means that it hasn't the body work is right up next to the engine, and it has a sort of walkway between it. But we all know the 70s is fuglies. Now the reason for this is due to crash-worthy features and air conditioning and all sorts of other things. So if I just know there's a fair gradient change going to come up here. It's a wobbly old bit of line. Look. Did I take a picture of this already? I think I did. So these are overriders. So they stop. If it bumped into something, these would catch and stop us bumping into, stop it riding up over the carriage in front of it, or whatever was in front of it. With locomotives, they sort of hope that they'd lock together. This bit here, which is sort of the vents here, this is all where the air conditioning is. So that's the sort of reason for those bits. And the reason why it's ugly. It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst. What do we have on here? Engine speed and load bot. So this is a nice little bit of line, this from Just Trains. I think I got this in a... Did I get this in a sale? Can't remember. It was about 20 quid. I don't know, realistically, no, I don't even think it was that much. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember how much I paid for this. But one thing I always sort of like about little additional bits to routes like this is that I quite like completing the set, you know what I mean? And to have the Mayflower extension completes the set. So I had to sort of have it. And the Great Eastern Main Lines is a lovely route. I don't think I've done a full video north to south, like top to bottom of it yet. I should really do one. It just seems to be slightly forgotten about. I know, like people like DP Simulations and stuff do some really good content, but I very rarely see anybody do a YouTube video of it. Even on the Facebook groups, I rarely see people screenshotting it. Have a look at this brake controller. Is it stepped? No. It's very American suppression. Lap and release. I'm just going to be self-lapping, I'm guessing, but service zone. Got a loco brake as well. He's got a 15 limit coming up. Oh, a 15 limit that wasn't on the HUD there. Nice one, Just Trains. Nice one. I've really got to stop ripping them, to be fair. But then the other part of me says I shouldn't stop ripping them because they should have done their job properly in the first place. That's just me being picky. So this is Parkeston Yard. So for those of you that haven't seen the rest of this route, you've got Harwich International. Just International, yeah. And then this route, I don't know if it'll let me get to it actually. No, it won't. Just there is Harwich Town. We've got a cool container ship sitting in there as well. Oh look, see, I moan about Just Trains, and do things like even make the radar dish go around. Radar antenna, sorry. It's amazing, I never really bothered with these sort of branding patches for containers and stuff because it never really got to me, but with it on, I love it. What I wish though is there was different heights of containers. That's another thing I noticed, like the difference between the 9'6" and the ones below it. They were really higgledy-piggledy. And I still have no idea why they stack them in the order they do. Why do they leave it so they've got loads spare here? Is that because some are taken off at different times, or I thought these were like block trains. They sort of went from one place to another. I'm not sure. We probably want to think about stopping about here. Yeah. For some reason it's saying we're not in Parkeston Yard 3, when we clearly are. Oh no. What? I'm in Parkeston Yard 4. It's routed me in wrong. Ah. What am I going to have to do to fix this then? Back it right up. And come in there. Right, have I got time? I've got 10 minutes. As long as it doesn't take more than 10 minutes. So this is a very... This move wouldn't happen in real life whatsoever. Well, we were driving an American-built train, talking about things being too American. Now we're doing a bit of American railroading. Bit of American shunting. Let's have conductors that stand and do the points. FSAs. So yeah, you get a little bit of shunting on this as well. Not really shunting. It's nicely modelled. Oh God. I didn't set it up for 3, did I? Where was I going? I was set for 3? No, it's set for 2. No, it's set for 3. Yeah, I'm alright. Right, let's finally get this train in and then I can end this scenario. Nice one, Just Trains. Nice one. Now, to be fair, I haven't minded. I've quite enjoyed this one. It's a nice little simple one. Could have been clearer. There's nothing saying you have to do it at Parkeston Yard. Is it a head shunt I'm going to go into in the end? Yeah. Alright then guys, thank you ever so much for watching the video. Feel free to like, share and subscribe. I need about 49 more subscribers to get us to 1,000 at the moment, so I'm really pushing that one. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me do next. Now, a few people have actually left me some videos that have come through as I was recording this. All the best guys, and I'll catch you soon.